This week on Truth Be Trolled, Hogan turns heel again in heaven.
We talk about Ozzy.
Sharon!
Come and take a ride.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, can you do it?
I'm going to be the Macho Man to your Hulk Hogan today. Dude's an icon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even like wrestling?
I was the fucking most diehard wrestling fan ever.
I think he's feeling sad.
Yeah, he could be. He's like,
Dude, he's clearly been crying on the entire ride over here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And rightfully so, man. That's a real fucking bummer, man. That's our childhood is just dying.
Well, what does Hulk Hogan mean to
fucking childhood?
Yeah, to childhood, to wrestling in general, and how is it now? Like that would be, is he basically the guy that caused
he's 100% the guy.
He's your guy?
Exactly.
He's not my guy, but he's the guy.
The guy. Yeah.
Well, to me, it was like musicians, and I get some people would like their first dose of like intense positivity and maybe getting your shit together could have been like a Hulk speech. So for millions, he's the guy. Not for me, but my little brothers might think differently. You know what I mean?
Right. He's the most 80s, like he's an 80s specific icon. Obviously, he's super popular even into the 90s, but like that mid 80s shit is so like Reagan 1984 shit.
Is there a more prominent face of that era of the 80s than Hulk Hogan?
In wrestling or outside of wrestling?
He actually is the one that even made notice to all of the other big wrestlers. They had to go through him in some way.
Yeah, I mean,
he was the gatekeeper because he was the first one to sell every motherfucker out and really knock it out of the park.
He made so much money for all the other guys in the 80s because if he was on the card, you knew the crowd was going to be huge and the payoffs were going to be good.
But for the other guys, they you know, like who was it? The conspiracy man wanted to unionize.
Oh, Ventura.
Yeah, he wanted to unionize, and Hulk Hogan said, "Fuck no."
Well, he ratted him out to Vince.
He ratted him out. That's his loyalty versus what he became versus all the other people. That's like a common story. Somebody has to be Obama's chef, if you will.
The fucked up thing about Hogan is he was one of those guys that no matter how famous he was, he had to make it like he was more famous. Like, in the early 80s, I was a big time bass player and, Lars asked me to be in Metallica, but it didn't work out. If you had told me in 1985 that Hulk Hogan and Ozzy were going to die in the same week,
I would have said, hell yeah.
Right? And Hogan would have been the more controversial guy when he died. You're like, how the fuck did this happen? What happened in those 40 years?
Right?
A lot.
Well, I can tell you, Ozzy, as anyone will tell you, has always been genuine. Period. No matter what. Wasn't fucking around and faking for nobody.
He wasn't following a script.
Nothing. Zero. And Hogan, 100% the opposite.
So you're saying he was like, he's
when you
fully
evaluate
fabricated.
the life,
Right. He became Hogan. Ozzy was just already Ozzy from the get-go.
He wasn't trying to create a character. He was legit that fucking crazy, I think.
I can say that to me, Ozzy was my Hulk Hogan. Like one of the first. Like even I discovered Kiss, but then I discovered real shit in Ozzy and Black Sabbath. And I'm talking like, 8 years old or whatever, 10, all the way up to 12, like loving that stuff. Ozzy made a huge impact on me because when I started playing guitar, I was just playing Ozzy songs anyways.
That's what Vanilla Ice did for me.
I believe it, bro.
There's the
Look
generation
at Ben,
gap.
show your shoes. Like really show your shoes, Ben.
Look at these boots.
Vanilla Ice, baby. Yeah.
No, but when
going snowboarding.
When I heard Ozzy passed, I got that happened.
That
for
just
sure. Not for
yeah.
everybody. It doesn't. You find out that certain people die.
I just felt that for Hulk.
For Hogan. Yeah, me too.
The Ozzy thing, the timing is fucking crazy. And
It's not, though. Everybody says that, but it's not. That's how it goes. I assure you, people know when to let go, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's it. Ozzy had
Did
this
Ozzy
thing
know,
planned
or
for
did-
many, 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 many months.
Did Ozzy plan it or somebody else plan it?
White is fine, but the red guy's quicker. I don't know. Are you saying it was fucking Kevorkian?
No.
I would never say such a thing.
It's just a wild. Yeah, okay, so it's not a coincidence. It's just it was perfect. What a perfect perfect ending.
That's a more
That's what I
likely
mean.
way to put it. His life was
he
perfect.
deserved it. He deserved a perfect ending. He got a perfect ending.
Yes, because even when he was at his worst, he was doing it for entertainment. He wasn't like doing it for anybody else's enjoyment other than he was just wanted to be like
Dude,
himself.
you know what I think happened? Because you don't just you don't just die suddenly from Parkinson's. I don't think. Obviously, there's a slow deterioration, but it's usually you're immunocompromised and you get a pneumonia or flu or something.
My buddy's friends with Kelly Osbourne, and he said I was texting with her yesterday.
The show killed him.
And she said that everybody in the house just got sick, and then
that's what killed him.
That's
the show killed him.
You know what? You shouldn't even be saying shit like that. But that's what he's
still perfect.
He's friends with her.
Super spreader events.
It's super shredder
well,
event.
No, that's not what killed him. Let's be clear, Ozzy. When you do a recap of a life like that, and there's a fucking million people
Holy
worldwide,
shit.
and it's the biggest thing in rock history. Trust me, your brain's like, all right, I can finally be done with this. And his
Dude,
old
you're
ladies,
right.
Yeah.
Because if that's true, if he
It
got
is
sick,
true.
he literally, that was his final sacrifice to
you're just
his
figuring
fans.
that out.
Well, I mean,
Well, worded the way you worded it, yeah, no, it's really, you see the picture.
I love Ozzy, but
yeah.
I see his life as, and believe me, he's gone through many a hard time, but in general, he made easily 1 billion people happy through just being himself, whether you like his voice or not. Like, just think of all the people that watched the Osbournes alone, Same with Hulk's show. Think of all the people that watched Hulk's show alone, didn't even know or care about the other shit.
what was Hulk's best movie?
What?
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3,
No
man.
holds,
Rocky
no
3.
holds barred.
The Nanny.
The Nanny.
Santa with Muscles was really solid. I think it swept the Oscars that year.
Back to Ozzy real quick.
Yeah.
I truly do believe it was a recap of like a magic fairy tale life, and suspiciously beautiful. You know what I mean? Like if AI were to write a story about a rock star. But the reason I bring this part up and kind of wanted to jump back into Ozzy is I feel fucking like, I shit you not, Ozzy like gave his soul to that Yungblud kid, like in their little meeting. He was like fucking Steven Spielberg, Raiders of the Lost Ark, souls like turning blue coming out of his face, and going into Youngblood's fucking ear hole or something. Something went down there, because I'm telling you, that kid from that moment on exploded.
Chills, dude. Chills.
And
His
he
performance was great.
fucking slayed that performance. But in general, he leveled up. Like, I'm not playing like 10X immediately. Like, you don't see that shit often. Like that crappy President band, the way they 10X down, thank God. This kid 10X'd up.
Did they know each other?
I don't know. But I think so. I think that they're the ones that like help him with the come up. But that was like a real transfer of power,
I guess I hadn't really considered that Ozzy may have lived for another year or two had he not done that show.
Well, Ozzy also could have had that show 20 years ago and died.
No, not because of the shape he was in now versus then.
Oh boy.
Well,
Let
the
me
other
tell
thing
you
too is that, like, I'm guessing for the buildup that this show got, he was probably getting who knows what kind of
He's getting
drugs
those
to
Biden
keep himself propped
injections.
up and
Yeah.
ready to go. And then as soon as the show was done, what's the purpose of that anymore? So I wouldn't be surprised if
Well, if he's blasted,
whatever he was putting himself through to get to the show,
Right.
once you cut
Yeah,
that
they
shit
were
off.
shooting him up with the Biden vitamins.
Right.
yeah, but he also wasn't around fucking 100,000 people or however many people he had to interact with at that event. He was probably pretty well secluded up until the show. And then everyone wants to meet him and hug him. And
he was not actually. Their photo ops and his meet and greet is pretty well documented. It is
When
very
was that?
intense. Before and I
day
don't know
before
about
the show?
after. And I guess that could have been some sound check stuff, but it appeared that it was more day of. But look, I don't know. I wasn't there, unfortunately. I wish I was. Frank could have went, but he didn't.
I couldn't go. There was an idea that it was possible, but then it didn't. It was a window of time and I couldn't answer. But Ken's always awesome.
Was he
about
really going to go?
Getting us into places.
Well, he wanted to take Frank. He
Yeah,
really did.
he's like, dude, let's go. And I'm like,
his
oh my
birthday.
God, I want to. And I was like, you know what? Just,
Oh man.
yeah, no. I blew it in that. And then Ken's he's like, at that point, you can't hold that opportunity. And it just kind of fizzled out.
What did you end up doing instead that
Farmer
day?
Dave was there. We'll get him on.
That day?
Yeah.
I wasn't in Birmingham, that's for sure.
Yeah,
so I'm
let's
sure you
move
won't
on.
regret doing whatever you did instead.
Dude, he was in the garden. He was in the garden watering his plants for a solid 15 minutes.
He's yelling at the kids to get their ball out of the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, memories that last a lifetime.
It was just another day of serving others.
At least you didn't have to use your AK. That's good, right?
It's a very good day.
Making deposits at the Frank of America.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna watch this. Like, you get that feeling when you're like, okay, this is something serious. This is a big thing. So then you're just like, oh, I gotta watch it. I gotta
Oh,
tune
you
in.
watched
Like,
the live cast there?
there was parts of it, yeah, that I absolutely did. So I was like, okay. I was like, this. I can see what's happening. And as the performances were happening, when Steven Tyler came out too, that was fucking wild. He was really, really good. But that Yungblud kid I was like, whoa.
Good song for him.
Yeah, perfect. And that's the thing too, is you want to choose the right song. Ozzy's voice, then there's never going to be another one like that. That's kind of what thank God he recorded all of that material so you can hear his voice forever. AI at one point is going to steal it, start using it, repeating it. You get to get a bunch of Ozzy songs later on, but we as fans, like I remember getting the shit scared out of me because Tony Waltham's older brother Slick, what's up Slick? Solo Ozzy I discovered through Slick, but Black Sabbath was Jonesy, like he was the one that all the way through Technical Ecstasy, Never Say Die. So he's, he was like Jonesy was way
Scary music
in.
when you're little.
Yeah, but I remember seeing like Bark at the Moon, the cover on the cassette, and I was like, whoa, what is your brother listening to, man? It's crazy, And then after you do the deep dive, go backwards, that was always my trip for the most part, just kind of finding Van Halen at Drop Dead Legs or Hot for Teacher, and then going backwards and going back to
When I was a
album
little
one.
boy, before Blizzard of Oz came out, like Ozzy's first solo album, the radio station, I believe, when I was very little, WBCN, I believe, was saying, like, that day I heard them say, oh, we're going to play Ozzy's new record at midnight. And I was really little, I don't know, 10 or whatever. And I remember staying up till midnight and hitting record on the thing. And I heard that and I was like, oh my God, what the and that was it. I couldn't believe that I didn't play guitar for like another 6-7 years or whatever, because right then I was like, the same way I felt when I heard Eruption the first time when I was holding that record.
Well, that's the thing. When I seen the cover, I got scared, but and I was in junior high, so I shouldn't even
Same.
But then when I heard the voice, then I was like, whoa! I was like, that is something that I can't ignore. That voice is something special.
I remember being, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 years old, and my mother and my aunt especially were like pretty religious, in like that kind of PMRC type of religious, like, oh, the fucking devil's in the music and all
Get
this
the
shit.
fucking gun!
And
Get the fucking gun! Yeah. Ozzy was offended, like, what?
And I remember hearing Iron Man for the first time and being
Yeah.
impressionable like that. And the
Me and my brother used to scream out the window
And I
fan,
was scared shitless.
Iron Man! And people would be like, shut up!
It scared the living shit out of me.
But especially like the song Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
and War Pigs, and some of the like, ooh, what is this? A stand before me.
Those
It's
are-
like, what's going on here?
They're ancient those are ancient forbidden
They're
chords.
forbidden notes.
Notes,
That
yeah.
Devil's
flat-
Triad.
Flat fists.
Yeah.
They do summon. They summon things. Esoterically forbidden. They know what they were conjuring. Or maybe they didn't.
Oh, yeah, you know. Why does this make me feel sad and weird? And why does this one make me feel fucking happy?
And why does this one make me shit my pants?
I wanted to say, what's your fucking Hulk moment?
No, so the fucked up thing is my most lasting memory of Hogan is that he drove me out of being a wrestling fan for like 4 years.
Wow.
During what time?
When he turned heel?
There's WrestleMania 9.
Okay.
It says 1993. I was 18, so it was probably time to go away anyway.
Okay.
But he came out at the end, like Bret Hart had just lost to Yokozuna, which I was already kind of irritated about. And then Hogan comes out, grandstands, gets in the ring, beats Yokozuna in like 15 seconds, and leaves with the belt. And I'm like,
Lazy.
they're just fucking jerking me around.
What does this do that he's gone? Or where would you think this now that Hogan's passed away? What happens next? Like,
all the wrestling
wasn't-
community is going to cash in on his name like
Okay.
they give a fuck about him.
We're gonna have competing funerals.
We're
though.
doing it right now.
It'll actually be easier for them now because the last time he was on TV, which was probably only 3 months ago, he got booed out of the building. And I'm sure some of that is because
yeah.
like he's
The documentary
so many
exposed him.
lies
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like the racism thing, and then obviously endorsing Trump isn't always going to fly with wrestling neckbeards.
right?
He was going to be poisoned on TV for the foreseeable future anyway. Now they could put him on TV and make money off of him again without having to actually deal with the guy. Without having to worry about the fans
fucking his
hijacking.
friends' wives. I think his son like having that problem. I think the divorce. I think the documentary. Like, there's a lot of negatives. And if we're going back to comparing Ozzy, because I am, like, Ozzy doesn't have those things. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
he's a man of circumstance just because he's living his life. You know?
He was just wild. Just
Yeah,
a
he
little
didn't give a
wilder
fuck what
than
you had
most.
to say about nothing
Yeah,
because
just-
he's just going to be him.
But if you were of a certain age in the 80s, like Ozzy was probably the most controversial household name there was.
Then
Like-
him and Motley Crue, ironically, they're fucking
Alice
buddies.
Cooper.
Well, in a different way, because Alice Cooper's always been a gentleman, and not that Ozzy hasn't, but Alice Cooper ain't out there sniffing fucking ants and piss and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but did you know?
G.G. Allen.
Yeah, but that's a.
He's a bit of
not
G-
a lot of households knew that name.
Not even. I don't know.
Or
There's no
talent.
comparison.
No.
Look at good. No G.G. Allen. Period.
No,
Sorry.
Ozzy, you tell me that there's no one that you knew growing up that kind of behaved. They went a little bit too far.
He was
They were the
a
snorting ants dudes.
The Spazoid kids. They
Yeah,
needed,
they
they
were
needed
always-
Ritalin before there was Ritalin.
Right.
I know where you're going, Frank. You're right. You're
No,
right.
that's so. When you think about, oh man, I got to pick members from my band. My brother just sent me the picture of the flyer that Ozzy put up, where he was trying to look for a gig, and he's like, "All right, we got a PA." You know what I mean? And I know that was one of the things that got him in the band. At least
yeah,
if
he
I,
had a PA. His
they
father.
had a PA. But now back to picking band members, or you have to you're huddled together. You got to go out and perform a musical task, and you got this guy who's a little kind of crazy. You're like, oh my god, how are we gonna wrangle this guy in? You know what I mean? Like that right there.
You're
That's
either one of them, or you're not going to last, or you understand what he is and you use it creatively. Like, I believe that's what Tony Iommi did.
1,000%. They were like, you know what? For all the crazy stuff that he gets himself into, this guy,
They
he's
can
got
only
a
take it
voice.
for so long, though, obviously.
Sure.
I bet he was a nightmare on the bus. Ozzy was the kid in
Yeah.
third grade.
Yeah.
He was the kid in third grade that had that permanent fucking spaghetti sauce stain on his upper lip.
Except it was cocaine.
And dirty, just always dirty.
Like
No,
a whiffle, no
Yeah,
shirt
whiffle.
on,
The
standing in
idea
front of
of
the
Ozzy
ice cream
is-
truck.
The
Yeah.
idea of Ozzy is amazing.
McGregor's.
Honestly, unless you're his handler, there's a lot of work. I mean, let's not forget he gets so drunk he wanted to literally pull the head off his wife. But all I'm saying is with that crazy thing comes a lot of bad that you either hear about a little or you never hear about. And, for some people, probably in his family, that's difficult. Whatever. I personally don't care because I wasn't his handler. I thought it was all excellent. Biting the head off a bat, check. The fucking crazy crosses in the Madman in the Diary of a Madman cover, check. Holding up Randy Rhoads while this dude's fucking crushing on guitar, check. Everything about him singing scary ass fucking songs that sounded like somebody cracked a hole in the universe so fucking the devil could sing fucking what is this that stands before me. I'm like, all of these things, check. I'm scared, check. I love it, check. Everything's check with them. Or him, especially.
For our generation. And then every
Yes.
new generation has to push it
He
further
did
and further.
jump, though. He did
Oh,
make
yeah.
generational jumps.
Totally.
More than the Rolling Stones. Not that they're not out there kicking ass, but they're not connecting with young people like
No.
Ozzy.
But
No.
he
There wouldn't
he
be
always
an-
brought fun.
Yeah.
If he his whole thing always at the end of the day kind of put out like the fun vibe. Like he's there clapping and he's trying to like get it. Yeah, and he's trying to get everybody excited, you know. And now you're listening to these songs and they're the minor keys and you know, they lyrically.
Every song, all of them are about love. All of them, just like the Beatles. He disguised it a little different, but he only fucked with that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was his word.
Yeah, and that's a big one. That's if you're talking about trying to connect with an audience, you know, not only putting out melodies that are just going to go in and stay there forever, the sound of his voice, or the timbre of his voice, and then his ability to, you know, to just want to be there. You could tell that's where he wanted to be, because you see other performers that are phoning it in, and you're like, God damn, like what are you doing? Like he never, ever, ever seemed like he didn't want to be there on stage. So that energy goes fucking right into the audience. That's what
you know. He told me once, actually. He said to me personally, "Show me your fucking cigarette lighters." And I was like, "Really, Ozzy? You want to see my fucking cigarette lighter?" I just love Ozzy.
Yeah, for sure. No,
I play guitar because of Randy Rhoads and Ozzy. Period. I do. Iron Man. When you hear an Iron Man, that's like it's the equivalent of Smoke on the Water, any Ozzy song. So when a kid learns it, to like, oh, I'm in. Like it only takes Iron Man to be like, I play guitar. That's cool. That's fucking killer, actually.
And you wonder if Smoke on the Water would even exist if Sabbath hadn't come first. Not that they were before Deep Purple, but Smoke on the Water was 72, so all of that power chord Sabbath shit was out a year or two before. Had to be influential.
And obviously, Richie Blackmore was a guitar player before Sabbath came out, but
but he wasn't writing shit that sounded like that,
you know. But here's the other side of that: the real wild ass heavy Deep Purple with the organ solos and shit. Musically, is so superior to Black Sabbath, but at the same time, like I kind of don't care, you know. Deep Purple's fucking nasty, and I even like Deep Purple into the '80s, but not like I like Ozzy.
It's gonna be weird when we go online today too.
Every day.
It's been weird so far. It's just, you know, you see it and everybody.
I can't name another week in history where like two household names worldwide, like independent of where you live or what you're like, male, female, fucking demographics, anything. You knew who Ozzy was. You knew who Hulk Hogan was. These weren't minor celebrities. These are fucking.
Oh, believe it, bro.
As much name recognition as you could ever have.
Happened. And I'll tell you right now, there's another one coming.
What? Oh, another.
Dude, Theo Huxtable's already dead.
I was going to say, he's already been
does
through.
fucking
There's
Theo
the three.
count?
Yeah,
Tough week.
Yeah, that would count.
Tough
for
week
sure.
to die.
Yeah.
It's on a pretty major, impactful show.
Poor Theo, right? He got the world's attention for about 12 seconds by dying.
Well, it also who overshadowed Swayze? Was that Michael Jackson? Because Swayze died right around the same time as another major celeb, but Swayze got kind of.
Yeah, the Farrah Fawcett Michael Jackson one. That one I know.
Yeah, we lost somebody else around with Swayze, and he got put in second place.
Yeah. Swayze's the man.
I know.
Like you feel about Tom Cruise. We were talking about Tom Cruise.
Look it.
He's not dead.
No. Not Swayze, not Tom Cruise. They're not in the same league. Now, if you said Hasselhoff.
Okay.
We still got Hasselhoff, right?
Yes,
we still have
do.
Hasselhoff. Yeah.
He's a fucking true gem,
Treasure.
that man.
Treasure.
He's the one that united Germany.
Yes.
He is the one.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
The real Michael Knight.
I like to take both of those great men and combine them. So if you're really special, you would be Swazelhoff.
That's too much to take.
That's too much,
that
dude.
one man Swazelhoff. Now, if you were putting Swazelhoff against Tom Cruise,
Oof, good fight.
yeah,
Right,
it'd be a
okay.
good fight there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Swazelhoff might rip your throat out while surfing.
Yeah, but Swayze didn't do his own stunts, and he somehow made karate kicking look like ballet.
He did his own dancing.
He did his own.
I was going to say, he made ballet look like ballet, too.
Did anyone else's? So your folks give you a hard time about Ozzy, right?
Well, mine definitely. Well, more my
Right.
mother. My
My
father
mom
didn't give a
always
shit.
let me do my thing.
But there's an extra piece of that story
Yeah,
that's
I
sort
wanna-
of related. So
yeah.
I was probably 11, right? And Diary came out, and I went to the carnival that year. And by this point, I was old enough to like dig a lot of Ozzy's music. And they had those games where you'd throw the dart and hit the star and you get like win a mirror. Remember those
Oh,
printed
yeah,
mirrors?
yeah,
dude?
yeah.
I have the same story. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Cocaine mirrors.
I get the one diary where he's got the crucifix and he's about to smash it in the ground. So
Yes!
I chose that mirror, right?
You still have it?
And I get rid of it like 3 days later because I came home. It sat for a minute, then I put it up. And that night that I put it up, I had like a couple of bad nightmares. And I woke up and my mother's like, you got to get rid of that mirror. That's a sign.
Yeah, it's the carnival mirror that
Fucking
did
Jesus
it.
people.
That's it.
Fucking.
I have a similar story. I had one of those, and that's crazy.
I had an Iron Maiden one. What was yours?
The fucking same one,
Oh,
dude,
you had
is
the
what I'm
same
saying.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have? No one has it.
Dude,
Still?
I don't hardly have. The only thing I have from
Oh.
my 20s is one Les Paul and my children.
Sick. Okay, so how were your parents on wrestling? Did they think that was? Were they?
Nah, they just went along with it.
They just
there
went along
there
with
was nothing they could do. I was all in.
My mom was horrified by it. She was one of those moms that couldn't. First of all, she was a first grade teacher, so anything with violence, tip or gore that shit, get rid of it. But these Beverly kids did the real backyard wrestling shit. They
I
had
do
a
appreciate
ring
that.
and everything.
You did that?
No, Timmy and his
No, you?
Yeah, I grew up with that. So
Tell the microphone, motherfucker.
get up in there, boy. What? How do you make them like a bunch of plywood?
and
But
like spring
They
mattress.
would use a
Spring
spring
mattress.
mattress.
Yeah,
Oh, didn't one of your friends or you get fucked up doing a suplex?
I fucked up my ankle, like rolled it, sprained it.
Doesn't count.
Yeah,
that's
I was
the
hoping for
gayest
more.
injury I've ever heard.
There's probably a lot of concussions.
There was a guy on a video I saw yesterday jumping off like a ladder or whatever, and the dude he was supposed to land on like fell, and the table flipped up, and the dude went wham from like 12 feet, and he was fucked. And immediately, like the ring girl referee or whatever that shit was like, oh no, and then it was like cut. It was like, you ain't faking this. Those dudes don't fake.
Well,
They're
that
not
was the
faking.
That was the argument growing up. My parents are always like, "It's so fake. It's so fake. I hate it." And I'm like, okay. Obviously, he's not really punching him because his fist is this fucking far away from the face. But they did go at it for 10 minutes straight, jumping
they
off the
are
ropes,
getting punched. And
fucking hitting
sometimes
that
it
mat.
happens.
No, I know, but
They
like,
are jumping off
listen,
of cages. This is crazy shit.
The acrobatic shit is like, come on,
bananas.
dude. Athleticism is undeniable, but
Their bodies are still landing,
Dude, they
like they're landing on their
beat-
backs. Like, when's the last time you practiced landing on your back?
And what's-
a lot?
what are those mats
When's the last time you're
like?
Yo, where are you going today,
The
Tim?
only time
Like,
you're on
I'm
a
gonna go
trampoline.
practice. Right, the only time you're on a trampoline.
Right.
But then if you don't have a trampoline, are you just going over and like, yo, I got to put in a couple of hours because I got to land properly on my back.
And somebody was telling me
when
those
do you
mats,
do? When do you do that? Like
No,
that?
you don't. You don't.
Anybody who does it.
those mats there's something special about the mat. Have you ever been in an actual ring?
It's like a 1-inch pad.
It's not like falling off a building onto concrete, but it's not a lot
Yeah, but
better.
all those old dudes though. I mean, the golden era. That's all concrete, right? That
I
around.
just
the-
wanted. Hey, I want to say
None of those dudes can walk
One of my
anymore.
favorite movies ever is the Jake the Snake doc. Diamond
Oh, that's
Dallas
great. That's
Page.
great.
What a fucking guy! Like all that. Love it. I love that shit.
But it's also-
wrestling's not fake.
No, it's sad when you start to see behind the
Well,
ring.
that's why I brought it up because these guys are so fucked. Like
They're
Jake
so
the Snake
fucked.
is so fucked.
But then you realize
if it was fake, would he be that fucked up physically?
No,
No.
right, and you're like, oh my god, of course they were all on steroids and painkillers.
Well, you had to be because
You're
you're out doing
fucking
that 300 nights a year.
Insane, dude, insane. Beat to shit, 300 nights a year. That's insane.
That's actually it's another
More
good
than
Hogan
that.
lie. Hogan said there was a year he wrestled 400 times because he kept crossing the international date line. So he actually wrestled 400 days a year one time.
brilliant.
That's a pretty good lie.
Yeah.
No one's going to see through that one.
No.
When Hogan was on trial, I don't know if it was the Gawker trial or whatever, and they asked him all these questions, and he's like, Hulk Hogan has a 9-inch penis. Terry Bollea has like a 5-inch penis. Like he, in
Hulk said
court,
that?
was trying to hide behind the fact that he was playing a character in like a civil trial.
He said that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that shows humility. But everybody
Yeah,
already
does it-
saw his fucking
it's,
rig
it's
at that
pretty
point.
opportunistic. Like I'm always going to be Hulk Hogan until I'm in court, and then like, oh, you're going to call me on these lies? That was Hulk Hogan talking. I'm Terry Bollea,
Yeah.
I play bass.
right? Ask Lars.
Thunder Pussy. What was his name?
Thunderlips.
Thunderlips.
The ultimate male.
What would you guys guess would be the thing that would be spawned from the passing. If Ozfest didn't already exist, then obviously they would make an Ozfest post Ozzy
Well,
being
it's
on
funny
the
you say
planet.
that. It's a brand.
Well, yeah,
It's no longer a man. It's a brand. It's an icon. Ozzy is, without a doubt, everything that Nike is and more. So his wife knows this.
He'll be the first avatar or new hologram.
Well, I
avatar.
think Tupac or Dio is already doing that, but
or like the first one to do like a full blown.
none of those motherfuckers though have Sharon Osbourne,
Right.
and she is next level, and there isn't a penny or a concept that will sneak by her.
Well, Ozfest will now be the biggest tribute event.
But that's how you break rock and roll and metal too, and it always has been. And that's like Sully said it in his post when the show came. He just said how much Ozzy meant to him and Sharon because of what they did for them. And he's right. And there's literally hundreds of bands that have gotten that same little bump or a major push from riding Ozzy's dick. And
Yeah,
that's cool. It's good. It's a good thing.
We're surprised Slipknot didn't play the show. They
That is interesting. Megadeth, interesting.
Balloon Knot,
Balloon
Mud,
What was
Mud Vein.
Why wasn't
Mud Nut.
Mud Tunnel.
why Motley Crue? Isn't there a story that or why Motley Crue didn't play?
I don't know.
money.
Money.
Oh, were they the one that she said no to?
Allegedly,
know.
Allegedly, they were the ones that asked for money.
That was dumb. That was really dumb.
For catering?
Their storied history is so good. Like, why wouldn't you
dumb.
participate?
It's dumb if you're the only band that asked for money.
Well, it's also dumb if you're
Extra
the
dumb.
wealthiest band and still said no over money.
They're up there. They're up there.
Motley Crue and Metallica probably two biggest.
The most honest, official last show.
Yeah, he's going to keep his word.
See what I say about Ozzy? It's the realest motherfucker there is.
Yep.
He said, "This is my last show," and he meant it. No Kiss, no Motley Crue bullshit, no nothing. Ozzy meant
Yeah,
it. He's the realest motherfucker, period.
Dude, his
ever.
the Osbourne show, what was it called? The reality show? That was the only
The Osbournes.
That was the only fucking reality family show that I ever watched because it was so good. Because you know that like even the producers, if they wanted him to say a line again, he would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
right.
I just thought I said it.
He's not playing. He's not playing for you.
Right. He's not playing
It's not
for
playing, dude. And man, think of how much that changed his image. Like that dude was
Well, that's it. That's the
View,
thing.
The
That's
View
the thing.
wanted him on after that
100%.
show.
It made him lovable.
Lovable, dude.
To people that never would have given a shit about him before or
Yes.
were afraid of him.
Humanized him.
I don't even know what music grief from parents is even ever.
My mom tried. She learned the word Metallica. So anything that I ever listened to forever for the rest of my life. Oh, is this Metallica?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I know Metallica.
She's not wrong, dude.
It's true. Fuck, you just blew my mind. I knew my mom was a genius.
Your mom knows.
She really